tan mal cuando miras a otro lado, los fantasmas del pasado no se detendrán hasta verte derrumbado. Peores lo hemos pasado. Andaba a golpes con la tristeza, me aportó riqueza, me otorgó sabiduría, pues se dibujaba en todas mis piezas. Yo con alegría le daba color después. La aguja sigue girando, el tiempo parece burlar de mí. Dijo que sanaría esperando, pero creo que la espina aún sigue ahí. Con los dedos no voy palpando, cierro los puños, escapar de aquí. Agonizando, no me espera el tiempo, no voy a esperar por ti.
Nuestras huellas en la orilla se han borrado por la marea. Si esas estrellas ya no brillan, las entiendo pa' que vea. Sea donde sea, bajo la tormenta o dentro de la odisea, donde arañas cubren el cielo de tela, los aviones nadan y los barcos vuelan. Aunque parezca que va bien, no sabes bien si va mal. Besos que pueden doler, ojos que pueden matar. Tengo mi alma en el almacén encerrada, mi corazón está en huelga, mis sentimientos en ámbar. Gente, Calamala dijo que estaría presente. Fallaron como nunca, se fueron para siempre. Millones de razones para vengarme, pero a veces duele más actuar indiferente.
Como no quieren ver ahogados, tenemos branquias y cerrados los bronquios como la mente de un guardia. Yo soy la montaña y vine con la cordillera. Más cojones que tu ganga tiene una madre soltera. Tú cúbrete si suena mi tu. A mi lado tengo soldados fumando de su palulú. Ni un conjuro de grimorio me lo salva del velorio. Pa' tener pila valorio se matan vestidos de emporio. Yo no quiero una pistola, estoy soñando que la vida que quería me llega a tiempo. Desde que yo la vi sola, loco ando. Vino a verme cuando el sol se estaba poniendo y se dejó una pluma y se perdió en la bruma. Nunca se despidió de mí, nunca se despidió de mí.
Vivo en un mundo que parece roto y sé que no, porque todo es perfecto y lo debo plasmar. Me fumo un troco lo tras otro y lo veo todo otro color. Me siento libre porque vuelvo a conectar. Mi gente sufre y no lo puedo evitar, más que dándole consejos siempre desde la humildad. Es su camino hacia la fraternidad. Solo puedo que enseñarles a respetar y amar. Con esta bendición, como no voy a aprovechar los códigos que llegan, los tenemos que aceptar. Si me reencarné fue para ayudar y no para malgastar mi tiempo en beneficio del mal. En la unión nace la fuerza y eso nos hace juntar las ganas que siempre tuvimos para iluminar a la gente que se le ocurra y la malla armonizar. Vinimos para dar fuego a la que no nos va a quemar.
Arda y por dentro la llama, no puedo contener la ras. Churruscao el corazón, el armazón no puede llegar a pesarme más. Si abro la boca, tu tumba al suelo, me muelo a diario y sobrado de gas. Escupo risas perfectas, paladas de versos eternos, no mueren jamás. Cuando acabe mi condena, me vi muy solo y perdido. Cada vez más negra la flema, más elegante el problema, pero planté cara a todos mis enemigos. Recuperé las ganas, las fuerzas y el garbo. Dedico requiems a mis diablos, que aquí estoy vivo de milagro. Delicadas flores crecieron entre los cardos. Me dicen vienes más delgado que de costumbre. Será de tanto que he bailado en el alambre, que a tanta pena es mejor no ponerle nombre. Llevamos la música en vena, nuestra sangre.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Hey, più nigga on a microphone, studio of Gion, gangsta song, Marina Komova, it's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower, climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Marina Komova, it's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower, climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Escucha a Dios si aún estás por este mundo. Voy a robarte tan solo 3 segundos. Quiero mandar tu mensaje muy profundo y pedirte disculpas por si me confundo. Soy un humano más que vaga en estos páramos, que se pregunta qué pasa si nos amáramos. Pero la guerra nos separa, así que páranos y únenos de nuevo, por favor, como quisiéramos. Ve al humano maltratar a su mujer, divisa al pueblo roto por su falta de poder. Sigo viendo al niño muriendo sin comer y al rico atragantarse tan solo por placer. Quedamos pocos mensajeros del honor, fieles servidores del humano con valor, nobles narradores de palabra con amor. Solo faltas tú para guiar nuestro interior. It's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Marina Komova, it's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower. Climb the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Sé que no es fácil nadar en estas aguas, ni mantener el rumbo en este sin razón. Sé que me quemo si camino en la fragua. Este es mi deber cuando recibí mi don. Podría hablar sobre coches y dinero, pero no quiero, por eso soy la voz del guero. Prefiero mantener mi arte mensajero, luchar junto al humilde para destruir el clero. Unos tienen tanto y otros quieren tan poco. Esta melodía me está volviendo loco. Pido a Kion que limpie lo que toco. Él destruye el muro en el que normalmente choco. La tierra muere y morirá callada. Creaste un suelo de arena malgastada. Nos diste ciencia y eso no te avala. Ella da respuestas, tú no dices nada. Sé que mi fe no va mal, pero aquí debajo todo sigue igual. Luchamos por vivir algo que es normal. Por eso lo divino jamás será mortal. Oh, my nigga, feel the rasta, you nigga, no my nigga. Hey, escuela, haciendo fresco lo que siento desde el alma. Nego, lo siento. Lo sé, señor, quizás hable sin sentido, pero al malvado hay que darle su merecido. Mira al diablo en que me ha convertido, pidiéndole consejos a un desconocido. Marina Komova, it's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower. Clean the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Marina Komova, it's a champion general flow. Listen, my reggae music is slower. Clean the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. Represent, can't away a city from president. Oh, gangsta shit, gangsta style, gangsta pure nigga, Kion in Selassie. I a champion general flower. Listen, my reggae music is lower. Clean the tower, feel the warrior eternal power. My brother come over, it's a champion general flower. Listen, my reggae music is lower.
Muero porque toques el cielo, pero no el suelo, sí que créetelo. Quítate el velo velozmente, bro. Vívete tu sueño, pero despierta a la hora que toca. Esa hora, motherfucker, wake up.
Yo me meo en tu cubata antes. Bebo matar ratas con tan. Voy al bosque a lo Tarzán mientras enlazan. Fraternidad en casa con su polo Hollister a estrenar. Te han dejado en el desván de su pensar un mar de ideas. Con grandes ideas ardiendo en chimeneas antiguas. Ríe Dios al ver que te santiguas. Su mente y su luz son ambiguas como mi voz. Lo que para ti es un don, para mí una misión fija. Mis versos son de ninja, tu poesía pa' fijas que no te fijan, que hay más allá del cristal. La matriz hipnotiza, mi energía os hace trizas. Yo en mi nave nodriza, comiendo pizza con piña, moldea toroides, vórtices. Con mi mente arborescente, junto con Isis y Milo es para crear pegasos en ese perro. Cánticos lemurianos me hacen sentir como en mi hogar. La noche se avecina y se afilan colmillos de vampiras psíquicas. Frecuencias del malestar las alimentan. Nuestro deber es tener garras críticas. Bazookas espaciales enlazadas con la función del sol central, causando desinformaciones bíblicas. Todo lo existente es relativo, o al menos la materia que te describo. Soy antipersonas como las minas y mino. La moral del que venga a negar lo que digo con la mira pues tan ombligo. Si me retiro del partido que sea como Figo, conocidos en me la pela en verdad. En mi barrio me conocen más que tú a tu enamorada. No hay payasos, solo en anémonas. Gárgola Andrómeda eres. Conserva tus células primigenias o no podrás volar. El virus se llevó a unos cuantos, pero el ego a más. Se elevó el más a la opulencia. Digo, ciencia, debajo el Satanás en el espejo. Jesucristo, la conciencia del flow. La tierra y su paz están vibrando. Los sentimientos son la trampa que están manejando. Los hilos de los cuales tú y tu ego estáis medio colgándonos. Que yo sea un superdotado, ni tú un tonto. Solo lo que tú sabes de mierda yo sobre el cosmos. Que lo estudio y profundamente sano me lo tomo. Si no ya hubiera ido a visitar al doctor. Porque no soy devoto, mucho menos un santo. Yo jamás voto, pero dale que asalto. Cuando en verdad sé que tendría que sudarme todo la polla, pero pienso que hay que vivir por algo. Que en el letargo cure lo enfermo. Sabor amargo, remedio eterno. Me pregunto a toda esa gente que le he hecho y canalizo desde el cielo un verbo así hecho, bro.
Hey, yo,
Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Hope you brothers and sisters can hear me. Let me check the sound here real quick. Give me a quick second here. Hold on. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds like you guys can. For a second, I thought the microphone was going to be muffled. I'm using a different one today. I'm kind of going back and forth with it, but I don't know. Sometimes it sounds like it's a little bit more beneficial to do this than the other ones. All right, so let's see. Shalom, everybody, and shalom, like I used to say. Yo, what up? Hope y'all doing well today. And in case y'all don't know, this is a new moon. Well, new moon for me, right? I don't know. You guys go base it off the full moon, like the solid. But anyways, scriptures, at least the way I see it, see otherwise. But I'm not here regarding that. That's not the whole point of the class. I just want to say shalom. All right, let me see. What we got 3 brothers, 3 sisters. All praises, man. And for you guys that are gonna catch this class later on, may Lord willing, you do. For you haters out there, I hope you enjoy it. I really do. I really do. Hope you enjoy it, haters. Listen, censored truth about the so-called Hispanics. Now, I am gonna bring you a book that I'm that I'm new to it too. Okay. All praises to the Most High that we were able to find this book. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, people, I really, really, you got to think about that. This is the Most High allowing these materials to come out. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of show y'all why. First of all, that and I'll ask this to you, Aboriginals, right? If we're not the people of the book, if we're not natives or whatever, right? Or you, not you guys don't care. You Fopies, you Canaanites, right? If we're not the people of the Bible and we're not Hebrews, why has our information been censored for so long? Why was the Bible kept from us for so long? Not in the Americas. So when I bring up censored truth about the so-called Hispanics, I really mean that, fam. Hopefully you appreciate what I found, and you mark down the actual name of the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna touch on it at this very moment. As you know me, I kind of go about things. I'll show you guys a couple of things that are going on throughout the week, or throughout the day, or last couple of days, and then I'll get into my class. Um, Before we do that, the name of the class is called, again, it's right there, the Censored Truth. I read it to you guys. But I want to bring this up. This scripture here is very important, and I think it's time that a lot of us really consider what this means. Okay, so we're gonna go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. It's very simple. It's not complicated, family. It says, "When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child." Remember, it goes back to you are what you think about, right? Obviously, as a child, you spoke like one because you were learning how to speak. And at the same time, because you were learning how to understand and how to think, how to speak, how to think, how to process information as a child. And don't think of a child like right now. I'm talking about, well, obviously this means that it's a child too, but when you look at you walking into this truth or understanding, You got to let go of childish shit, fam. Straight up. Okay? Because when you start finding out and digging about yourself, and you really listen, the more you dig, I don't know, the more you find out, and sometimes the truth hella hurts for some of you guys. Some of you guys probably had no clue that you came from Edomite families. Or hey, here's one. Canaanite families. Damn. So again, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. You see how this scripture brings up child several times? 4 times. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. And then it says, but when I became a man, one time, I put away childish things. Actually, it says child 5 times. See, it only takes that right there when you became a man. And obviously, you know the scriptures, right? It should be milk. I can't believe I might have forgotten it. Let's see. I think it's First Kings 2. Let me see. Hold up. I think, fam, I'm kind of going shooting by the hip from the hip here. Kings 2. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, First Kings 2:1. It says, "Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he changed Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be strong, therefore, and show thyself a man." Okay. Then it says, "And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies," right? That is what makes you a man. You understand that now, okay? So when you read the scriptures here, because if you really are about the Bible, you're going to examine yourself and check yourself as you go along. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, family, again, this channel, if y'all don't like it, move on. This is good. This is actually meat right here for some of you babes. Should be writing this shit down. But again, maybe you're celebrating new moon at another time. Who knows? Side point, fam. I just noticed something. That's why I was watching. But again, it goes back. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Because guess what? For now we see through a glass darkly. But then face to face. Now I know in part. But then shall I know even as also I am known. So there'll be a time where we will see things clearly. Right now, we got to keep digging and cleaning the dark glass. So as you let go of childish crap, you're going to find out a lot of things about us, about you, about where you're from. Are you really a Hebrew? Do you even care about keeping the laws of God? Half of you guys don't. It's going to be real. Look, so far I see 8 views, right? It's 9:30 p.m. What is it today? Today's Monday. I'm sorry, Monday. Tuesday, right? I would actually I would have expected more people watching right now. Why? Because of the new moon. But I'm sensing that a lot of you guys celebrate the new moon. Oh, wait a minute. I know now why. Oh. Do you know something, family? Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. It's a choice. Y'all decide to listen or not. I'm gonna share this with y'all, and then you guys dig deep into it. All right. So, anyways, here we go. Here's my little something I've been noticing, and I want to bring it to your attention. I brought this up the other day, but you know, when he was saying this, right? He said something that caught my attention. Because I brought this up for another reason. But he said something that the gringos did. Okay? So I caught that, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I remember vaguely, right? Seeing that somewhere. I remember reading that somewhere. So let's listen in, and I'm going to point it out, all right? Watch this real quick.
Son los hipócritas de siempre, los del destino manifiesto. Esos que creen estar llamados por Dios para gobernar al mundo. Esos que ocultan sus miserias, sus vilezas y sus delitos y acusan a los otros de lo que ellos son. Esos que sí son narcotraficantes y acusan a México de serlo. Esos que son terroristas internacionales y destruyen el Nord Stream 2 y acusan a otros de ser terroristas. Esos que destruyeron Irak, Libia, Afganistán, Siria y acusan a Rusia de invadir una nación. Y quieren llevar al Tribunal Internacional a su presidente y ninguno de sus criminales de guerra va. Esa es la verdad de una nación a la que denuncia Andrés Manuel López Obrador y la evidencia en su hipocresía. No somos nosotros los culpables del narcotráfico. Ustedes consumen, ustedes asesinan, ustedes lavan el dinero e inundan nuestro país de armas y corrompen a los nuestros. Esos son los...
All right, I paused it for a second to see if maybe somebody would catch it, right? So I figured, let me let it play the whole time. So this is my point. I'm going to show you. Here we go.
Hipócritas de siempre, los del destino manifiesto. Esos que creen estar llamados por Dios para gobernar al mundo. Esos que ocultan sus miserias, sus vilezas y sus delitos y acusan a los otros de lo que ellos son. Esos que sí son narcotraficantes y acusan a México de serlo. Esos que son terroristas internacionales y destruyen el Nord Stream 2.
That right there. That right there. Y destruyen el Nord Stream 2. So then I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
O sea, a ver, que alguien me explique.
You know, I'm asking, but the Nord Stream. What's he saying? Now I know the other part about a nation who dresses as a virgin that's never touched dirtiness. You know what I'm talking about. Well, here it's like, hey, you guys are the actual people who destroyed Nord Stream. I remember seeing reports or listening to certain things about it, and I don't know about that topic, family, so I didn't really pay much mind. But now it's making sense. Which is why, and I wasn't going to bring this scripture up until later, but which is not why this is really strong to me. Revelation 1:3, it says, blessed is he that readeth and that hear the words of his prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. You guys hear that? Blessed is he that readeth. It's pretty simple. So, and they that hear the words of his prophecy. So when I'm like listening, paying attention, I see this, Nord Stream. And then the dots start connecting. Because I watched this video the other day. And I'm like, wait a minute, watch this. You walk with me, family. You know how I roll. This isn't the topic. This is just a side point of mine. Okay? Watch this real quick. Tucker Carlson interviewing him. All right, let's listen in.
The Nord Stream pipeline.
I don't want to get our country in trouble, so I won't answer it. But I can tell you who it wasn't, was Russia. How about when they blamed Russia? You know, they said Russia blew up their own pipeline. You got a kick out of that one, too. It wasn't Russia. So I won't answer the question only because I don't want to get our country any deeper than they already are.
Who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline?
Who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline? So then this guy, you guys blew up, or who destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline? He's saying it in a very rhetorical manner, meaning he's asking it. I'm sorry, in a way he knows the answer. He's just like, yeah, like I don't know, you know. So then it gets deeper than that. Watch this real quick. Oh man, why you keep popping over here? Come on. All right, check this out. Again, this is, first of all, I want to say this, YouTube. I don't subscribe to this. I'm not part of this. This is just material that I find. And again, I'm comparing it to the scriptures. So again, let me read this.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
So let's listen in to what they're saying, okay? Remember, Nord Stream. Y destruyen el Nord Stream. Tucker says, who blew up the Nord Stream pipeline? This happened, I believe, last year, I think. Okay, again, I'm new to it. But as I'm this is just information on Python family. I'm just gonna give you some things to focus on and think about. And you got to connect the dots when you talk about the actual curses and it's repetitive. All right, listen in.
September, the lack of interest in finding answers to who was behind the Nord Stream gas explosion has been frankly astounding. This was an act of sabotage, an act of unrivalled vandalism, economically and environmentally, and not a word, no discussion, no questions. Then along comes Seymour Hersh, the world's most acclaimed, distinguished living investigative journalist. He produces a detailed claim that the United States executed this explosion with the help of Norway. Planned months before the invasion, a Norwegian Navy P-8 surveillance plane dropped a sonar buoy on the 26th of September, which triggered explosions planted by US Navy Panama City divers 3 months earlier under a NATO exercise, and still nothing. I don't know what happened, but I want to know. This is a man who doesn't make claims lightly, a man with contacts, and I find it frankly jaw-dropping that the EU is not asking questions as to who is responsible for sabotaging the livelihoods of our citizens. I am ashamed to be a European.
Damn, fam, listen. I don't get into Revelation much, but it talks about how the nations will turn. Matter of fact, it says it in Esdras and Daniel. The nations are going to turn against the eagle. Okay? And we're starting to see it. Now, what is all this fight about Mexico and all this and that, right? What's going on here? So now, in case you guys don't, and I'm sure you guys used to watch Discovery Channel. What guy hasn't watched Discovery Channel, family? Come on, let's be real. We understand about how prey and predators work. When you got a predator against the wall, he's going to bite. He's going to attack. And he'll do whatever he can to survive. Okay? Now, one of the big things here, as we know the pipeline, and again, I'm not going to talk too much on it, but it has something to do with energy, okay? Energy. Power, which means money. Here, the same thing. It's fentanyl and lithium actually have something in common, fam. Okay? Fentanyl and lithium have something in common. And we're seeing it right here. Watch this. Here we go. Look. Check it out. Oh, God. It keeps showing on this side over here. Wait, hold up. Is this it? No, I think this one's it. Hold on. Okay, here goes right here. Watch this. Okay, let me close these. I don't need these anymore. Doom, doom, doom. Okay. Let's follow the yellow brick road. Let's go.
El litio es nuestro. Ellos saben muy bien lo que significa el litio. Es un mineral estratégico.
This region is so rich in resources, rare earth minerals, lithium. Why this region matters with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security, and we need to step up our game.
You have let your country slide into the hands of narco-terrorists. You're leaving us with no other choice. That's step one. Name them for what they are, terrorist organizations. Step two is give the military the power, as the last resort, if Mexico won't help, to blow these damn labs up and kill the people who are killing us. We need to unleash the fury of the United States.
I'm not sure why that pause like that, family. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Give me a second, okay? Hold on.
Pero el litio
So let's pay attention. Listen to what they're saying.
es nuestro. Ellos saben muy bien lo que significa el litio. Es un mineral estratégico.
This region is so rich in resources, rare earth minerals, lithium. Why this region matters with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security, and we need to step up our game.
You have let your country slide into the hands of narco-terrorists. You're leaving us with no other choice. That's step one. Name them for what they are, terrorist organizations. Step two is give the military the power, as the last resort, if Mexico won't help, to blow these damn labs up and kill the people who are killing us. We need to unleash the fury of the United States.
Nosotros no recibimos órdenes de nadie. México es un país libre. Pero el litio es nuestro.
So you see, like, the threat. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious one. Not a joke, fam. Don't take that crap lightly. And then you hear what this guy says. Again, this is a bilingual channel. Apologize if, well, I'm not going to apologize, man. If you guys don't speak Spanish, it is. Oh, well. Let's go.
Si el gobierno de Estados Unidos quiere resolver el problema de la droga y su consumo, ¿por qué no empieza en su territorio? Si quiere utilizar a sus fuerzas armadas para enfrentar este flagelo, tiene un problema grandecito en toda la geografía de los Estados Unidos. El comportamiento del gobierno de Estados Unidos es profundamente hipócrita, porque su pueblo es el principal consumidor de droga y no lo atiende como un problema de salud pública, y no se sabe quiénes son los grupos que distribuyen. Bueno, pues ahí los tienen.
And you know, recently, this I guess captain got arrested, white woman, for distributing fentanyl. Real stuff. Real stuff. All right, like, now I know you guys will be like, let's get to class. Yeah, let's begin. Let me show you. I'm gonna go through it quick. I'm not gonna be here too long. I'm gonna show you guys something, okay? Scriptures give us instructions on what we need to do, fam. Joshua 1:8, it says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Revelation 1:3 says, "What? Blessed is he that readeth this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy ways prosperous." So it's saying, by following the instructions of the scriptures will then give us understanding on how to what? Make our ways prosperous and have good success. Now, some of y'all damn heathen mentality fools are going to be like, "Ah, you see this Christianity prosperity right there, bro." No, it's not what it means. It's not what it means at all. It's not what it's for. Why was Joshua telling you this? Telling us? It says, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Now, why is this important? Because blessed is he that readeth, and he that meditate there and day and night in these things, right? And then you're going to have good success in this walk. And then it tells you, haven't he made us strong? Be of good courage. Why? Because when you know who you are according to the Bible, and you have history of who you are according to the Bible, you should feel hella proud. And I'm not talking about in a very egotistical manner. I'm talking about proud. Proud to be a Hebrew. And this, not even that, you should feel privileged that you have the chance to ask the Most High for forgiveness. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all, that's what I care about. Yeah, I'm mad at the enemies and the nations and all that, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad that I have a chance to ask God to please forgive me. That I have a chance of repentance. That means more to me than anything. I can't wrap my mind around this beautiful kingdom, or while the scriptures talk about all the goodness that we're gonna have. I can't, fam. I'm human just like you. But what I can do is I can wrap my mind around the hope that he can forgive me for what I've done. That's what I hope for. I really do hope for that. Job 8:8. And how do we get to that? It says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. See, it says here, he's like, please, I beg you, search about your fathers. Hey, shalom, Salome. Search about your fathers, family. You need to find out who they are. You cannot go in life not knowing who we are, not making sense out of any of this. It doesn't work, fam. Like your children, they need their father, just like they need their mother. They need to know their roots. La abuela, el abuelo, they need to know their roots. For I inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers. All over the Bible, we're being told to do this. Sirach 2:10. Watch what it says. All right, here goes. Watch this. Look at the generations of old and see. Look at the generations of old and see. Now, this is, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Obviously, right? That makes sense. But look at the generations of old and see. That's instructive. All over the Bible, we're being told to go back to our fathers. Romans 15:4. For whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning. Now, that we through patience and comfort of the scripture might have hope. It's all the beginning. That's the root of everything. But for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. You got to have history, knowledge with Bible. Can't have one without the other, family. especially nowadays. And again, we go back to Deuteronomy. Watch one more. I'll show you one more, just to the quickly stuff. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old. Think back. How was it? Consider the years of many generations, meaning think of the past. Think of like, your great grandfathers. Like, you got to search. That's where it starts. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, if they were teaching us the laws, because that's why Deuteronomy 6 tells us to do that. Teach your children. Thy elders, and they will tell thee. You see what I'm saying? I remember growing up, I had older like uncles, right? And I would ask them about, how let's say my grandpa was, or my grandma was, like my mom, whatever, right? So we asked those things. Hey, abuela, or abuelo, hey, tia, you know what I mean? We would ask people that knew about history in our family. Oh, no, tu tío so-and-so knows about that. Go ask him. So I remember that. But it says here to actually do it. And especially now, fam. Why? Why is it actually asking us to do it? Because look, first of all, I want to say this. You can't just go around and believe any idiot. That's why what I provide to y'all, you need to confirm it, okay? Because the Bible says this. Thus say the Lord, Jeremiah 17:5. Thus say the Lord, cursed be the man that trusted in man and make it flesh his arm. So you idiots that are voting, damn, you stuck now. Cursed be the man that trusted in man and make flesh his arm, and whose heart departed from the Lord. Why? Because you think that a Republican or a Democrat or a liberal, whatever, that's going to save you? You really are voting to like get better pay? Or you believe men that say you're Hispanic, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the tribes of Israel. Really? Well, I'm finding out that a lot of you Negroes are not Hebrews. What? Yep. So it says here, cursed be the man that trusted in man. Why? Because the Bible says to search, to be prepared. Joshua 1:8. The book, Joshua 1:8, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein at night. Day and night. Look unto the generations of old. Sirach 2:10. And then Job 8:8, for I acquired Brady. It's telling us all over the Bible to go back in time, to look at our forefathers. So this is the reason I'm bringing this up, fam. Okay. Oh, praise to the Most High. I found this. This is from, I have not seen anybody bring this out. Okay. I'm going to post it here in the link. It's called Anacalypsis, Volume 2 of, and it's an attempt to draw aside the veil of the Sadic Thesis, Volume 2. All right. A lot of stuff is in here. He mentions and references a lot of different things, right? This guy. His name is Higgins Godfrey Higgins. Look at this, though. This is the interesting part. Where are you at? Hold on, family. Where did I put you? Yep, right here. Okay, here we go. Bam. Let's go to page 24. Oh, this book. Let me see. Anacalypsis, an attempt to draw aside the veil of the Sadic Isis, or an inquiry into the origin of language, nations, and religions. Guy's, I guess, an attorney. Volume 2, 1836. Old book, okay? me see. Went too far. Interesting book, family. You should really look into this. It says here, let's see. Watch this real quick, all right? I'm going to start right here. I'm going to read a little bit, and then I'm going to jump around. In this book, it says here, the Mexican mythos, the same as of the world, old world. His lordship shows that the word Mesitli or Mexico is precisely the same as the Hebrew word Messi or Messi or whatever, MC or anointed. And that one of the and that one of these gods could sit on the right hand of the other. Page 82. In the next page, he says the full accomplishment of the prophecy of a savior in person of Quetzalcoatl has been acknowledged by the Jewish in America. Let me read that again, okay? I don't think you guys understand what I just read. It says in the next page, he says the full accomplishment of the prophecy of a savior in the person of Quetzalcoatl has been acknowledged by the Jews in America. Okay? He says, page 100, the temptation of Quetzalcoatl, the fast of 40 days ordained by the Mexican ritual, the cup with which he was presented to drink, the reed, which was his sign, the morning star, which he is designated, the teapotl or stone, which was laid on his altar, called Teotecpatl, or divine stone, like the rock, the cornerstone, which was likewise as an object of adoration. All these circumstances, connected with many others relating to Quetzalcoatl, which are here omitted, are very curious and mysterious. You see that? Like all of this stuff was proven. He had proof that it was that he look, I'm gonna read it again. He says on page 100, temptations of Quetzalcoatl, the fast of 40 days ordained by the Mexican rituals, the cup with which he had presented to drink, the reed which was his sign, the morning star which is designated to the teapotl, or the stone which he laid on his altar and called Teotecpatl, or the divine stone which likewise an object of adoration. All these circumstances, right, connected with many others relating to Quetzalcoatl, which are here omitted, are very curious and mysterious. Why? Why is he saying that? But why are they omitted by his lordship? Meaning Lord, who? This guy right here. King Louisborough. He had written about Lord Kingsborough. He had written about the natives, about a gente. Okay? So what he's saying is that I think it seems clear from page 186 that Mexico or Mexico was the Hebrew Messi. Then it would be the country of Messiah, of the Messiah, or it might equally be, page 24, country of the lender who we call Moses, of the people whom we found in Western Syria, in South India, Kashmir. I want you to remember that, okay? Don't forget this because I'm going to show you something later on. His lordship shows, so he's talking about like how he believed these things, right? But now he's over here saying later on, he's like, but why are these things omitted by the lordship? If he knew that our people came from that side, he had proof of Quetzalcoatl, the fasting, the rituals, the cup, the reed, the morning star, the designated stone, the altar, like the adoration. Like all of these things were connected with a Messiah, Mashiach, Messi. But it was like omitted, right? Then it says, but why are they omitted? He goes, the pious monks accounted for all these things by the agency of the devil and burned all the hieroglyphic books containing them whenever it was in their power. Okay, so if we're not the Hebrews of the Bible, why do they have to do this? This migration of the Mexicans from the West is evidently exactly similar to the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. Damn. But you see, fam, my point here is this. Why is it omitted? There's so much that this man had. Look at this. On the religion of Hindus, on Camper says the pristine religion of the Hindus was, I think, that of the most pure and ancient Catholic faith. In the religion of the enlightened, still a few still continue such. They had worshipped a savior as a redeemer of the world for 4,800 years. He's going into like other things, right? Look, we shall find the Mexican faith. Well, I'm sorry, let me skip it. They worship the Savior. The religion of their forefathers they brought with them from the old world and established it with the new one. Uh-oh. You see what they're trying to connect? They believed in implicity in a redeemer who they considered as the spirit that moved on the waters at the creation, the God that existed before all worlds. We shall find this, the Mexican faith. The God who led the Mexicans in their migration. This is an interesting, heavy book, fam. And you keep going and going, right? And he talks about all of these things. But all of this basically was omitted. This man lost his fortune. He spent a lot of money trying to prove. I guess he had this passion to find out who we were. Look, I'm going to read page 26. It says here, you guys can read the page before. Let me see. Where are you? Watch this. Mr. Humboldt gives nearly the same account. He says, at the end of the 52 years. Oh no, I don't want to read that because that's just something about 52 years. Hold on, let's see. Let's see the cycle, then the states. These contain the moons, old world. Oh, watch this. Here we see the Lord King whose old world was correct about the two Caesar resistance contains in the east. On this, I shall have some very curious future books. Where are you at? Give me a second, fam. It's all this is which makes us to preserve hereditary to probably position them with country to store deserve consideration analogy. This is scholar Vatier. Well, I think I passed it, fam. I don't want to because I've been on this for a while. But you guys can look through this book. You can see, right? Let's see if you're let's see. Migration took many years. Ruins town. Oh, watch this real quick. I'm going to read this part right here, and then I'll move on. The Mexican history gives a long account of their arrival in Mexico from a distant country, far to the west. The stations where the colony rested from time to time during its long migration, which took many years, are particularly described, and it is said that the ruins of the towns which are occupied are to be seen in several places along the coast. I think it is evident that this migration from the west is merely a mythos. The circumstances are such as to render it totally incredible. It is in principle, it is the same as that of the Jews, but accommodated to the circumstances of the New World. Then it says it really seems impossible to read Lord Kingsborough's notes on page 241, not to see that the mythos of the chosen people or God conducting them after long migrations as the promised land, attributed by the Spanish monks, contrived of the devil. See, the monks said that the devil had confused us. That's what they were saying. It was common to Jews, Christians, and Mexicans. So this migration concept was common to Jews, Christians, and Mexicans. Then he goes to that page that I was reading about. I think it seems clear, page 186, that Mexico was the Hebrew word for Messi. Then it would be the country of the Messiah. But again, let me go back. I don't want to lose a point. The point is this. Omitted. Okay? For quite some time, we've been omitted. For quite some time, we haven't known who we were. So I posted that book in there, family. Take advantage of it, okay? That's one. Look, I'm going to continue the point. Watch this real quick. This is from a book called, let me see, The 10 Tribes of Israel, Historically Identified. Okay. By Barbara Simmons, written in 1836 as well. Okay. A second here, real quick. There you go. Let me check the pages that I'm supposed to look at. Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna go to page. Maybe this real quick. Let me show you guys real quick. Ten Tribes of Israel, historically identified by Barbara Simmons. I don't know what year it says. Doesn't say it in the book, but it says it right here. Published date 1836. We're gonna go to page 7. We're gonna stay in the same vein, okay? That's why it says search of your fathers. Search of your fathers. Why? Because first of all, you cannot have faith that men are really interested in teaching us who we are according to the Bible. So cursed be the man that trusted in man. Jeremiah 17:5. Why? Because Jeremiah 17:4 says, thou and even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. So who would actually be the one taking the heritage? Our enemy. And it wasn't just one, several. Psalms 83. You guys know that one. So why does it say search of your fathers? Because of this. Because our truth has been censored, has been omitted for quite some time. And it's time that we get it back. Don't let these idiots fool you. Watch this. Page 7 of the same book. Sagahum was a writer at that time. Watch what he says. And I quote, this is exactly what happened with Lord Kingsborough. Sagahun further complained that he was forcibly deprived of the very valuable painting representing the great temple with the court by which it was surrounded, which he says was sent to Spain. It is very evident that everything in Mexico, calculated to draw attention to the ancient history of the country, more specifically of connected with religious recollections, was carefully removed from notice immediately after the conquest. Pieces of the sculptures were mutilated or buried. Paintings were burned. Temples, edifices, which, from their size, it was impossible to destroy, were suffered to fall into oblivion. Magnificent monuments of ancient art, such as the temples of Palenque and the palace of Mitlan, were passed unnoticed by Spanish authors. Sagahun, when engaged in the compilation of his history, after it had been taken away from him and again restored, received 3 cautions. First, listen, to write nothing to prove that the Hebrews had colonized the New World. What? Hey man, this is like this stuff right here, bro. You know what I mean? Secondly, to be guarded in what he said of the devils having imitated, okay, God in taking to himself a chosen people in the New World and counterfeiting the riots and ceremonies of the Jews. That it was Satan that taught us these laws. And thirdly, not to advance the hypothesis that Christianity had ever been proclaimed to the Indians or to treat too largely on the history of Quetzalcoatl. What does that mean, family? Why so much secrecy? The Biblioteca of Pinelo, a work the express object of which was to illustrate the history of America by extracts from and references to valuable and unpublished MS preserved in the most famous libraries of Spain and the public archives. Let's see. To which the author, through the interest of Duke Medina de las Torres, obtained access, exists only in a epitome and of large work, a learned writer has observed. Not a leaf has been found. You hear that, fam? Not a leaf has been found. Garcia's history of the Peruvian monarchy is also unknown. Seguenza's Mexican cyclography is stated to have been lost through the negligence of his heirs, and many other interesting works are said to have perished or been lost in a similar manner. It has been remarked before that the office of the Royal Historiographers of the Indies does not appear to have been instituted solely for the purpose of promoting the cause of truth and the increase of knowledge. It may be further observed that the Council of the Indies, which took cognizance of all writers treating of America, requiring that they should be, previously to publication, submitted to a strict censorship, with the power of recalling or prohibiting, even after the publication, any work that thought fit proceeded in a diametrical opposite spirit. Man, if you guys are not following what's going on here, I don't know what else to tell you. It's clearly showing us that their intent was to not tell us who we are. And you know, I find this funny. Like, Aboriginal people, and matter of fact, you guys that are even wasting your time with them, you know, they use these books and say, "Oh yeah, look, you see the pictures? You see the pictures of the people?" Fam, if they were Africans here already, wouldn't they have said that in the books? They would have never called anybody natives, fam. They would have been like, "Hey, these are Africans." Like these books, hey, they got Africans here, Jews. No, they don't do that. All of these Aboriginals are using pictures. That's it. There's no book that gives you a description of what they look like. Actually, there are, and it has nothing to do with Afrocentric shit. This right here, this is history that we haven't heard of. You black folks had this for quite some time. 1836. You guys were free. I already brought up, you guys own slaves, so don't give me that shit. Here's page 10. It says, at this distance of the time when the state of the world is so different from what it was in the 16th century, it may not be readily conceived how easy it was for the Council of the Indies, through the power vested in it, of permitting or prohibiting the general circulation of all writings relative to America, to keep the rest of Europe in a state of darkness respecting the history of the new continent. For 3 centuries, those who successfully composed that council exercised their functions as censors with great, vigilance. Damn. If powerful patronage or inadvertence on their part suffered in the first instance any obnoxious work to appear to print, it was sure soon to be recalled. Thus, the history of the Indies by Gomorrah, dedicated to Charles V or Carlos V, like the chocolate, and the conquest of Mexico, by the same author, dedicated to Don Martin Cortez, son of the celebrated conqueror, became prohibited books soon after their publication. But there were other works against which our silent war was waged in Spain. Wow, fam. See this? So there's a lot of information that was omitted. Why? Why? If we're not the people of the book. Now, I'm going to give you guys This is I've had this book. I have this book. Here's the link. But stay in that vein. This is called the Lutheran Witness. Okay. These guys. This is an article from 1900. Don't ask me how I found this, fam. I honestly cannot even tell you. I wish I'm gonna go back one day and go back to my thoughts on how I know for a fact it's the Most High. All right, so we're gonna go to September 9th, the year 1900. Okay, September 7th. I'm sorry. Okay, September 7th, and we're gonna go right here on page 55 of September 7th of the year 1900. Okay, look. September 7th, 1900. Okay. Watch what these guys said. Standing in the same lane, I'm sorry, vein. It says, let me magnify this a little bit. Oh, that's it. Okay, right here it says, Dr. Francis S. Borden relates the following about the first Bible printed in Mexico in the Christian Advocate. The printing press came to Mexico in 1529. For in that year, there was printed in Mexico in Spanish a brief compendium of the Christian doctrine under the auspice of the famous Bishop Fray Juan Zumarruga. That was just 81 years before the Mayflower brought the first pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. From 1539 to 1810, okay? 16, 17, 18, almost 300 years. When the immortal Hidalgo raised the city of Mexican independence, or during the 270 years of Spanish rule or misrule in Mexico, Spain not only did not give Mexico a Bible, but sternly prohibited the publication of any part of the sacred scriptures in the language of the Mexican people. That prohibition is still enforced with regards to the printing of the Bible in one of the 55, I believe it says. Yeah, 52 different languages and dialects spoken in Mexico today. So you see this, family, for almost 300 years from the moment the printing press came in. But that's not even done yet. Okay? Watch this. The first edition of the Bible in Mexico was printed in Latin and in Spanish in Mexico in 1831 or between 1831 and 1833. It appeared in 25 volumes with an atlas. That's a hell of a book. Or books. Like the old encyclopedias, fam. And cost over $200 at that time. Which is like, what, 10 grand now? So that it will still remain a prohibited book to the great majority of the people. Yeah, because ain't no paisa gonna afford this, bro. I'm not gonna afford this shit. They're magnificent. And plus, I'm so tired of being working like a slave. Well, because I was. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't afford it or read, let alone. I didn't even know how to read because most of us didn't know how to read. A magnificent copy of this edition is for me as I write. It says, so I say that Spain never allowed Mexico the sight of the world of God in all the centuries of her dominion. Of course, the Latin Bible could have been bad. Yeah, because we didn't speak Latin. I still remember the Latin service. For 350 years, the Mexican press has been at work on lives of the saints, on catechisms, and on the silliest, most vapid and immoral tales in Spanish, and taken from the Italian and French. What a coincidence. But the Bible today is unknown. It's an unknown book in Mexico among the majority of the people. See this? The year 1900, fam. Let all of this stuff sink in. We have been censored with true facts. We have been told and not told. That's why the Bible is such a powerful book. Because family, look, I'm going to be real with y'all. I think my GPA must have been like 1.6. I didn't read. English is my second language. I didn't start speaking English until I was like maybe 9, 10. I came here when I was 8. I'm serious. I'm not lying. I know some of y'all may think, oh, I'm born here. No, I'm not born here. I came here when I was 7 years old. 7.5 going on 8. Because I got here in the summer. My birthday's in October. Or my date of birth, or the day I was born, or the month I was born in October. So 2 months before, I was already 8. Okay? Let's see, 3rd grade. I had one girl that was in my class. She was a translator. She spoke Spanish. That was it. I got by because of math. That was it. So when I come into this faith, the Most High wakes me up. Guess what? It's not by coincidence. I was not a reader, fam. And all of a sudden, I became this person. It's like a spirit came in me. Hey, shalom, Julio. That's a beautiful thing. So when I bring this material up, it ain't to show off, fam. It's just what's coming to me. And I want to prove a point. Like the classes before that I've been proving. That we don't have. We need to watch who is trying to tell us who we are according to the Bible. Foreigners are trying to tell us who we are, fam. That's stupid. That's why when you go back to the Bible and you go back and study and you do your best and try to catch on these classes and take notes. Sirach 6:37 says this again. Look, rise back. Let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord and meditate continually in his commandments, meaning the Bible. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom in thine own desire. You see that? He will allow this to happen, which is why we go back to Revelation 1 and 3. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his prophecy, because they're reading it, and are going to hear the words of his prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, because it's the commandments. For the time is at hand, because you're mindful. So blessed are you, because the time is at hand. So why do I bring this up? Because of my point. When I came, I woke up. Listen, I'm a believer in regeneration for damn well. I know I don't know if y'all. I'm telling you, the scriptures don't lie. I know some people don't. 2 Ezra 14:38. Watch this. In the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as if it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank it. When I had drunk it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast, and my spirit strengthened my memory. My spirit strengthened my memory. You see that, fam? The spirit. That's why when you go into the New Testament, it says, the spirit beareth witness with our spirit. Or it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. And when you're talking about this here, this has nothing to do with drugs, okay? Whoever thinks this is drugs, I know there was some school camp. Some of you brothers were listening to some other dude that was saying that this is like mushrooms. No, they're full of shit. Not at all. Because remember, the Bible talks about that he gives us instructions when we sleep. Once, twice. You stay meditating in the scriptures, wisdom will grow, memory will strengthen. So this person that I am now, the reader, whatever, it must have been what I used to be. Because I'm telling you, family, I never wanted to pick up a book. I did not like reading. I'm going to be real. I hated reading. Now I can't stop. So when you read the scripture here, verse 41, and my mouth was open and shut no more. That's real shit right there. That's real talk right there. That's why, fam, we got to be mindful who's teaching us. And you got to let them know too. If you guys are in these camps and don't know if you want to say something, bring it out, man. Show them these things. Hey, man, I need you to answer this. Why? Because Isaiah 56 says this. Isaiah 56:10 says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They're all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. They can't even bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. They're blind. They're dumb. They're not interested in the truth, just enough to fulfill their needs. Or, yay, they're greedy dogs, which can never have enough. Something else is pulling them to say, yeah. Covetousness, fitting in. Who knows how they feel about themselves, not considering the nation? And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Because you know what? When I started looking at these things, family, I wasn't looking at myself only. I was considering, man, there's brothers out there that are honestly in these rooms, bro. This is bugging out crazy. You telling me it wasn't just a white man that was enslaving us? Because remember, One West's entire doctrine is based off Deuteronomy 28. And who do they bounce that off? The white man. That it's all his fault. Slavery, everything. But now we find that it was black and white people enslaving. So then where does Deuteronomy 28 go for you Negroes? Where does it go? You know what I mean? And some of you brothers out there that, look, man, I didn't choose. When I was just talking about the spirit part, right? I didn't choose this. I didn't say, oh, when I'm in this truth, I want to be a reader. No, I didn't choose that. Like, I want to be a reader, like books and all that. No, I didn't choose that. I wanted to read, when I went into these camps, I wanted to read the Bible out loud for them. I did. But I wasn't interested in reading material or books. So for all you idiots that don't understand that difference, that might say, oh, you're using too many books. No. We're all given different gifts. Each one of us has a certain level of understanding. You have gifts that pertain to you. I have gifts that pertain to me. I'm no better than you. Sirach 3:21. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. You see that? There are unnecessary matters. Yes, the scripture. For example, I don't get into Revelation, even though I know it. I don't get into Daniel or 2nd Ezra. I don't, even though I know it, because that's heavy stuff. I know that other schools may bring it out because they want to show how knowledgeable they are. But you know what? That's heavy stuff, fam. That's prophetic stuff. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of what you hear them say is like all regurgitating themselves. There's nothing new under the sun. So what am I going to do? Bring out another avenue because I want to sound different? That's stupid. For many, verse 24, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion. You see, that's why when I told brothers and sisters, listen, man, you got to really look at this. Bro, you're in these camps. Like, what the hell? Nah, you're wrong, bro. You're tripping. That's what I was told. Look, this one. Verse 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee. So, como decimos en español, hermanos, no te iguales, güey. No te iguales. Tú tienes tus dones. Quédate, cabrón. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee. Don't level yourself. You have your gifts, I have mine. Neither search the things that are above thy strength. So I don't go beyond what there's books I got, fam, that are sitting around that I'm like, nah, I'm not there yet. I got the Red Sea Scrolls. I got a lot of different books regarding the scriptures, fam. But I'm not there yet. There's other matters that are more important to our gente. But see, the people that want to like go out there and like prove a point and have an angle, then all of a sudden they're all up in their own realm and they end up being bugged the fuck out. So why don't we keep it simple? Why am I showing these books? Why am I bringing this out? Because of this, family. Matthew 15:24. It says, simple stuff, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He didn't come for the house of Judah, family. Let me remind you of that. Oh, did I just confuse somebody? Yeah. He didn't come for the house of Judah. But he answered and said, I am not sent unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Walk with me. Matthew 18:11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which is lost. Southern Kingdom, for the most part, knew who they were at this time. Southern Kingdom knew who they were at this time, family. So I'm bringing this out because I'm doing my part. He wasn't sent but unto the lost sheep. Lost sheep. That's why Isaiah says this. Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know. My people did not consider. What? What don't we consider? Some of us, well, first of all, we were told a lot of different things, right? And then some of us don't like to read certain books that go against us. Well, guess what, family? You got to do it. You got to do it because even in those books, they tell us who we are. Okay? I'm going to bring this out to you. All right, watch this real quick. Okay? I have a couple materials here that I want to show you. This is from the Antiquities of the Jews, Josephus. Okay? Watch this real quick. Page 32. Of the four sons of Aram, Oz founded Trachonitis and Damascus. This country lies between Palestine and Cilicia. Ui or Ul founded Armenia and Gasher the Bactrians. And Gather the Bactrians. And Messa the Messenians. It is now called Karax Spansini. Salah was the son of Arxaphad, remember that, and his son was Eber, from whom they originally called Jews, Hebrews. Okay, remember Arphaxad, right? Eber begot Joktan and Peleg. Joktan like Yucatan, okay? And Peleg, and he was called Phaleg because he was born at the dispersion of the nations to their several countries. Matter of fact, you kind of read this in 2nd Ezra 3 about this real quick. Real quick. It doesn't really get too much into it. For Phaleg among the Hebrews signifies division. Now, Joktan, one of the sons of Eber, had these sons: Elamad, Salaph, Ashermoth, Jerah, Adoram, Iziel. You know all that, right? Let me go to the back. They inhabited from Kofin and Indian River, and in the part of Asia adjoining to it. And this shall suffice concerning the sons of Shem. So it says here that the sons of Shem were basically covering like all the territory that, in a sense, like the Persians were ruling. Okay, watch. This is from the same book, I believe, the following page, or the page before. Shem, the third son of Noah, had 5 sons who inhabited the land that began at Euphrates and reached to the Indian Ocean. You see that? So Shem controlled from Euphrates all the way to the Indian Ocean. This is Josephus, fam. Okay? Watch this real quick. Highlighted area. Arphaxad named the Arphaxadites, who are now called Chaldeans. Okay? Watch this. This is why I'm going to show you this real quick. From here. This is why it's important to read. And blessed is he that readeth. Seriously. If you have this, if you're really doing it for the purpose of helping your nation or yourself or your family, okay? Blessed is he that readeth. You got to face your material, fam. We're here to discover who we are according to the Bible. If we're not the Hebrews, then we're not the Hebrews. It's that simple. Don't be afraid. Beautiful thing is that the more you search, you find out that we are Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Anybody want some of that? The more I dig, the more I find out we're Hebrews. So now, look, listen. This is the Jesuit and the Incas. Extraordinary life of Padre Blas Valera. This guy hated us. Okay? This guy he's like, nah, these guys are not natives. These guys are, heathens, whatever. I mean, they're not Hebrews. These guys are whatever. Okay? That's what he's saying. Watch this real quick. It says here on the bottom, page, I believe. Let's see if it goes away. Page 97. He's just talking about how Mexicans are like in their nature demonic. Hold on. Okay, here goes right here. Where are you? Hold on. All right, check this out. It says 95. Peruvian history was a major theme in Valera's writings. His Historia Occidentalis, History of the West, appears to have included accounts of the early origins of the Native Americans, or the Peruvian dynasty before the Incas, right? And of the Inca rulers themselves. Throughout the remaining fragments of his work is material pertaining to the history of the Western Hemisphere prior to the time of the Incas. Although most of Valera's writings about the pre-Inca peoples have been lost, portions of his history of American migration and pre-Inca dynasties of Peru survived in his Relación de las Costumbres Antiguas, as well as the works of Garcilaso Montesino, we know him, and Anello Oliva. Valera vehemently rejected the notion that the American Indians were the descendants of the lost tribe of Israel. Okay? A common theory in the 16th century. You hear that? A common theory in the 16th century. Watch this. Same book. Oh, my bad. Let's see. Is it here? '95. Let's see what page is this. Hold on. In the Okay, here goes right here. Page 96. Right here. All right. It says here, in the few sections that remain of Valera's work on this subject, he apparently speculated that the people of the Americas originated from the ancient Chaldeans. You hear that? Who once lived in the plain of Sennaar in the Persian Gulf. The chronicler wrote that the religion of the natives of Greater Florida and that the Caribbean islands was derived from the practice of the Chaldeans, who worship only natural features such as the lake, springs, and stars. Likewise, he claimed that the faith of the first Peruvians was molded on that of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were renowned in the biblical history for founding the city of Ur, from whence came Abraham, the father of the Hebrew nation. They were believed to have descended directly from Noah, and they became famous as learned astrologers, priests, and magicians. By linking the Peruvians to the Chaldeans, Valera was placing the people of the New World into the framework of the biblical history. You see that, family? Valera considered the Chaldeans to be the ultimate ancestors of the people of Peru. Come on, fam. Can't be afraid to read this stuff. This guy hates us, and he technically puts us right back where we belong. Valera was placing the people of the New World into the framework of the biblical history by saying that, oh no, these guys are natives. They're Chaldeans. And our facade is what? Here, I'll show you. Let me show you again. From the book of Josephus. It goes right here. Arphaxad named the Arphaxadites, who are now called Chaldeans. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more, and then we're almost done. This is Jesus and Moses are buried in India, birthplace of Abraham and the Hebrews. Watch this. Shem's descendants who founded or resettled in India, inhabited from Kofin and Indian River and part of Asian adjoining to it. There's a lot of history here. I'm just throwing stuff at you guys at this point now. Whoever gets it, gets it. Let's see. Let me see if this is it. Let me read this. Similarly, page 97. Valera's description of the rights of the ancient Mexican emphasized the alleged cruelty and savagery of these people. The Mexican period builders served as an important function on these anchor polemics. The Mexican demonic nature, as Valera described, further highlighted the Incas' own moral virtue and holiness. It was also a subject on which he departed sharply from the Las Casas, who regarded the Mexicans as models in natural virtue. Unfortunately, not enough of Valera's writings remain to determine whether he believed the Mexicans to have been close descendants of Noah, who had declined sharply, or entirely distinct race from the ancient Peruvians. You see that? So he was talking about Peruvians and us, that we're not, that we're Chaldeans, I guess. Well, Peruvians are Chaldeans, but we're the same people. This is why I bring this up, fam. This is why I'm telling you, this is important for you to read. It's important for you to know, for you to find out. There's a lot of material, a lot of history about who we are. This is from, I believe, Los Indios Somos Israelitas. He hooked me up on this one of his videos. Perú Primitivo. Watch what it says here. Let me just get it real quick and open it up. Uiracocha. Page, I don't know what page is it, honestly. I'll get the book, fam. It says here. De los reinos de Eufretis y el Tigris han venido a América en época remota. Los quechuas y aymaraes, pobladores principales del Tahuantinsuyo. Esta rotundo afirmación descansa en un hecho científico. Los indios quechua y aymara provienen del sumero y del asirio. Sumerian and Assyrian. Patentizado el estrecho parentesco de ambos grupos lingüísticos, el asiático y el americano, un reguero de luz ha disipado las oscuras, brumas del pasado. La unidad de expresión del pensamiento conserva después de tantos siglos como tan transcurrido desde que los hombres de la Mesopotamia emigraron a América. No ha podido ser, por su naturaleza, un hecho aislado. Ha debido traer consigo identidades y semejanzas en las creencias y costumbres, en los conocimientos y arles de esos pueblos, capaces por sus soles de revelar su común origen, por más que hoy los contemplemos separados por la inmensa cuenca del Pacífico, sin saber aún cuándo ni cómo pasaron de un continente a otro. So these guys are saying that they came from the Assyrian and Sumerian locations. Okay. So there's a material right there. See, the brother sent me this stuff here. That's a Sigurats. That's here. They're like the pyramids we have here. Pirámides mesopotámicas. See? So why take away this knowledge? Why hide it? Watch this, okay. Magi, and then I'm gonna end it. The Magi were originally a religious caste among the Persians. Their devotion as astrology, divination, and the interpretation of dreams led to the extension of the meaning of the word. By the 1st century, the term Magi and Chaldean were applied generally to fortune tellers and the exponents of esoteric religion cults throughout the Mediterranean world. Keep in mind, fam, that in Matthew 2, they are often referred to as Magi. Nothing is known of their origin, but it's likely a theory that they came from Arabia. Talking about the three kings, so-called three kings. No, nobody in One West can actually answer that. But those guys were of Hebrew descent. That's why. But see, they don't want to touch that because then that leads them to the east, not to Africa. It is what it is. It is what it is, fam. Anyways, let me go back to scriptures and then we'll be done. Let's go to 2 Timothy real quick. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud. So we know that now who has that spirit. Okay? We know now who has that spirit. So I tell you, brothers and sisters, you keep studying, you keep focusing on the scriptures. Make sure that you're not one of these guys right here. Sirach 5:9, we don't nod at every wind, and go not at every way, for so doth the sinner that hath double tongue. Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy words be the same. See? What you know, stick to it. And maybe it may be a little scary at first, but man, if you're in these camps and you catch my channel and it's starting to resonate, yo, you got to ask these questions to them. And I bet you they can't prove it. They're gonna skip back. They're gonna skip and hop. They're gonna do that. That's why the scripture says this. Revelation 1:3. Let's see that read it. It's that simple. So, family, my advice to you is this, man. My advice to you is this. Look, if you're just not watching the channel for the first time, this is my advice to you. Okay. Be swift. Sirach 5:11. Be swift to hear, and let thy life be sincere. And with patience, give answer. So, I appreciate you being here. All praise to the Most High. Verse 15, be not ignorant of anything in great matter or small. That's why I do that. Be mindful. You can't be ignorant to, like, you got to know what you're talking about. Especially us men, so-called Hispanics. We need to step it up, fam. Seriously. Sirach 14:11. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering. You see that? We all have a gift. This is my way of putting the work in, at least for now. You find yours. Verse 14, defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. Not at all, fam. Okay? I don't want that at all. Because this is what I want. Where are you at? I need my glasses, man. Isaiah 26. Isaiah 26:8. It says here, watch. Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul, is to thy name and to the remembrance of thee. That's what I desire. I always want to keep mindful that the Most High is with me. I don't want this ego to rule me. I don't want this ego to rule me, fam, at all. Because I know that I'm battling the flesh. Verse 9, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. You see that? So my desire, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Desire, fam. And with my spirit within me, I will seek thee early. That's why, if you're doing this, it shouldn't be an issue. Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. Come on, fam. Come on now. Did I offend somebody? We got some people watching. Some people left. Oh, well. Well, maybe you guys are going to sleep. All praises, man. Appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. Listen, I want to bring this up and then I'm out. Hold on. I just want to hit this point because this guy's bothering me. This guy's bothering me, and I think he needs to be. You guys need to be reprimanded. Honestly, I think it's stupid because you want us you want this here. I'm gonna give it to you then. This guy says that we should judge them as nations. That we should judge them according. That we should judge each other as nations. Okay, as a collective group, not individually. Okay. So, guess what? Let's listen into what he says, and then we'll see if you like the taste of your own medicine. All right? Here, this guy right here. This dumbass right here. Let's listen in real quick, all right? He's saying something about this girl. Watch this.
Young sister that posted a video, she said she was out of Dallas, Texas, and she tried to get a job, and she actually realized something, unfortunately, the hard way, like some black people come to realize about other groups of people and how they get down versus how we get down and how we don't do certain things to other people. But let's go ahead.
See that? Black people are so innocent. They don't do shit to other people. Let's go.
Go ahead and roll that clip.
I just want to get on here and say the way the Spanish culture, the Spanish people have made it so difficult for one like me to get a job where I'm from, the country that I've been oppressed in. How do you make it difficult for me to get a job, but I would never make it difficult for you to get a job? We're both the minority. I go to this interview, Mesa Maya downtown in Dallas, Texas. I fucking hate Texas. I hate Texas. I don't belong here. I really want to leave.
All right, so you get the gist of it, okay?
We're both the minority. What the
If the young lady would see this video, this is what I would tell you. It's multiple things. I've seen what she's talking about, over the years in the petrochemical industry, what I used to work in for about 22 years or so. And I have seen when, people of some men, I'm gonna say on the men's side of Hispanic descent, they come in and they want to get their friends in, their family members in, and everyone else. I've seen them buddy up with the white man. I've seen some of them try to get, brothers fired on these jobs. I've definitely seen that. I've seen them trust me, we don't do that to nobody.
You hear that? They don't do that to nobody.
Now, I've had some people that's been of Hispanic descent that's been cool as ice, has been nothing like a straight friend, but some of them are definitely like that. Y'all have to understand, when you say that, we wouldn't do that, it is not in our nature to treat people like that.
You hear that? It's not in their nature.
That's why, we was basically the perfect slave, and the reason why we was enslaved so long. But Dr. Claude Anderson said a long while ago that when you look at America, you got the point that they couldn't make us do any work because you either gonna go get rid of us all or we're gonna be free. It's not gonna be no free work in here, right? But Dr. Claude Anderson said a long while ago that when you look at America, you got to look at each race as a team. You
hear that? You got to look at each race as a team.
A race is a team sport. For example, when you look at what you just had with the Super Bowl that just passed, if the Kansas City Chiefs were ahead in the Super Bowl, let's say that, right? So toward the end, they got ahead in the Super Bowl. They didn't score that touchdown. They went to the 1 yard line and just downed the ball. Why? Because they did not want to give the Philadelphia Eagles a chance to go all the way back and try to score with a lot of time, on the clock. If they would have done that, they could have helped the Philadelphia Eagles and possibly won the game. So the Kansas City Chiefs They're the opposite team. They're not going to help the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's take this as, races of people. You're not going to have, we're talking about collectives. We're not talking about your individual friends in these communities. I've always told you this. Your individual friends in other communities, if they're cool with you, be cool with them. If they're family to you, be family to them. But this blind collectivism, I'm gonna be cool with groups just off of being collective because they're quote unquote minority. And I told y'all, do not use that term minority. Minority is the worst word. It doesn't even mean anything personally. The term people of color, don't use that because I think.
All right, we get the point. This guy wants to be judged as a collective group. Perfect. And you said that, oh, we don't do those things. And this stupid broad right here. First of all, if you compare this woman with a woman from Africa, let's do it. Hold on. See that? You see that African woman right here? I'll give you another one. Make it make fair. All right. See this African woman? See this African woman? So-called. This girl has blue color, light colored eyes. Maybe they're hers, maybe they're not. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. They're hers. Look at her skin. Look at her hair. So it's either not yours or it's yours. Look at your skin. Look at your eyes. When does a person stop being black, people? And why are you complaining about not getting a job because you don't speak Spanish? You don't speak Spanish. And you, yeah, we don't do that. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Let's see. We don't do that. So since you want to judge people as a nation collectively, family, then it's time that we start looking at these fools collectively as a nation. Let's go.
By a crazy woman because she had to wait 5 minutes for her burrito. Videos show the lady dumping out the water juice that were inside the bin and shows her spitting on the food and the cooking utensils. The woman then began to physically assault the vendor, who's named Bertha. She says she's now frightened for her safety, but says she still needs to be brave because she needs the work. The woman was arrested and charged robbery and a $60,000 bail.
The crazy woman even made herself a plague to go before she destroyed everything. So you want to judge people collectively? Okay. Let's go.
I don't care. They don't say what they said to kids. You're racist. Very racist. That's why would you say that? That's being unrespectful. Bitch, shut your ass up. We gonna talk about respect. Is that respect for you? No. He was being racist. Okay. He's talking about respect. He's racist. You're talking about respect and doing that? How many times you they do this last kid? Analyze that shit. Damn. Y'all need to.
As a nation, right? Okay. Sometimes people ask for the wrong things. And then when you give them what they want, then they go cry about it and call you racist. No, you said to judge you as a nation. Well, we're judging you.
My mama bitch.
Hold up. Hey, hold up.
My mama bitch.
Hey, hold up.
She said you will hold your ugly ass. Move, girl.
That's what I came to do. It's wrong. Wayne from OGP. Wayne Evans. Our Walmart associates, Wayne Evans from OGP, has been having a constant affair with Rico and King. They've been trying to hide it. That's why she wear a mask. He tried to sleep with me. Walmart keep covering up. But what you stand for, that means you stand for it. You know better what you...
As a nation, right? All right. Let's go more. Collectively, who is the majority of the people there? Collectively, African diaspora.
You want to say for fire?
Let's judge it collectively, because see, the white man ain't going to tell you these things. You're quick to judge them collectively. You're quick to judge us collectively. So let's take your advice. You're right. We should judge each one of us collectively as nations, as tribes. That's why the Bible is so beautiful, because it does say to separate ourselves from y'all. All praises to the Most High for that.
487. She started charging at me. I came all the way back into my office into an enclosed space, and I hit her in the face.
Okay.
I have it all on video.
Ma'am, are you okay?
Physically, I'm okay. Emotionally, I am there.
Car 4 David 31.
Okay.
These glasses?
Those are my glasses that he knocked off my face, yes.
I tried to close you out of my office, and you just kept on pushing your way in.
That's right.
No, sir. I didn't push my way in.
Yes,
I
you
came.
did.
No, I came around the corner quickly.
Hey.
Thank
That
you.
is,
Thank
keep your
you.
ID.
Thank you. We have decided we were not going to have a dinner to break the lies around with who I could
All right, so here's the point. Listen in.
talk to.
What was your purpose of that that further conversation? What were you going to ask that person for to do?
To break the lies around money.
What's that mean?
We all know money has not been treating everybody equally.
Okay.
Money is not the only way for things to happen. It's
Were
not.
you asking for them to make a donation essentially, or to let you have them for free?
No,
what was it?
I was coming up to the limit of where I had money. I was trying to ask if Target would comp me the rest, and we would have a conversation, a bigger conversation about why, because I know the heart of this place.
Okay.
You can stand up. Let's go outside.
Sure.
Grab your bag.
As of today, you're trespassing property.
On the basis of you hitting me?
Ma'am, let's go.
Outside.
No, that is not going to
Either
happen.
you walk out on your own or in handcuffs.
No, you are trying to arrest me for him hitting me.
Correct. You are under arrest.
Yes.
You're under arrest for menacing and disorderly conduct. Okay? Now, here's what we would like to do. We would
Let's
rather
go
you
make
walk
this thing
outside and not make a big deal. If you're going to make a big
no,
deal,
you're
we're going to have to handcuff you and do all that other stuff.
Yes, you will.
Let's go.
Go ahead, stand up then.
When the laws are not right,
You wanted something.
you make a stand so they can change. People that look like you are done trying to gatekeep people that look like me.
No, ma'am.
If there are places where the system is broken and rigged against people, anybody,
Okay. Here's
the
what we're gonna
rules need to change.
do. Okay. They're not changing tonight. We're done. I need you to turn around, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Thank you.
You know what the whole thing about this was? Woman wants reparations from Target. In her Rosa Parks moment. She said she, like, I don't know how much money she has. She had about $100 to say, $100 to spend. She went over that limit. And she's like, yo, Target needs to comp me for the rest. Because, you know what I mean? Money's bad for us people of color. You know what I'm saying? Hey. The African diaspora, listen, man. You want to judge people as a nation collectively. You want to sit behind some woman that's crying about not being hired. First of all, you don't even know if she's even hireable, because I actually hired and fired people. You don't even know if she passed the interview right properly. Second, if there's a requirement to speak another language, well, yeah, because it's you need to speak another language. Of course, you're not going to be productive if you're only selling leads in English. If your business is to sell English and Spanish. If your entire market is Spanish speakers, first of all, why would you go in there? If you know damn well that says bilingual, oh, I'm black and they should hire me? No, you're stupid. But anyways, like you say, you want to judge you as a nation collectively. Let's do it.
People crowded the streets, and the video coming from this shocking, showing massive groups jumping on cars, causing tourists to flee the sound of gunfire. 2 teens were hospitalized after they were shot in all of this. News Nation affiliate WGN's Courtney Spinelli has the latest on the city's response.
Right now, things are much quieter than last night when hundreds of young people flooded this area, prompting a massive police response.
See this, family? That's in Chicago, okay? And this is here. Now, first of all, I want to say this to our so-called Hispanic brothers and sisters. If you guys know this idiot right here, this stupid kid right here.
Essential items. This happened around
right there. Make sure you tell his parents. And a lot of these fools, you know the reason why a lot of these kids are in the street doing stupid shit too? It's because you guys got rid of the gangs. Like the real ones. Because back in the day, these guys don't be doing this like this. They get their ass whooped or shot. Because this was actually territory of other people. But this is no justification. Anyways, look, this is what here's it is. Who is it, fam? Who is it? Who's in the front? Yeah, we see our people there. They're going to get it. But who's in the front? Judge you collectively? Here, I'm going to show you this real quick because I'm going to get into the actual class, and then I'm not at the actual class next week. Watch this. This is important. I'll go quick. Now I got to go.
To use your common sense. If all of these people, just a short time ago.
So he's saying all of these people, I think he was like, was this it?
Maybe. Just.
No, this isn't it, man. No, this isn't it. Hold on, fam. Let me get rid of this here real quick. Oh, this right here. I've been targeting this year.
1802.
And how important the year of Reconstruction, how important it is. Pay attention to what is said here at the end. Watch this real quick.
In the South, wealthier than more than 90% of whites. Just a few.
All right, let's listen, all right? And then we're done.
Few hundred yards. In 1802, a white plantation owner named William Ellison lent one of his young slaves, April, to work for a gin maker in Winsboro. April quickly became the go-to man for repairing the expensive cotton gins throughout the Sumter area.
They send him out to the plantations and they take them apart. He would sharpen them on location. And that's why he heard about Statesburg. He came through here as a young man. And, he said, well, when he bought his freedom or whatever, he came here.
The center of plantation country, the wealthiest area of South Carolina. He changed his name. April was now known as William Ellison, the name of his former white owner. His gin business prospered. He bought this home, hundreds of acres of land, and eventually 68 slaves to work that land. Granger McCoy now lives in the Ellison home and says he often finds old cotton gin blades.
What do the Ellisons say when they come?
They're looking for the home place.
All descendants of what many of us thought an impossible oxymoron, a black slave owner.
I had a black ophthalmologist come through here, Ellison, and we sat on this couch right here. And his great-great-granddaddy owned 68 slaves, and here I am white over here, and my great-great-granddaddy didn't own any slaves. And It was like somebody blew a dog whistle in a kennel. Everybody just kind of turning their heads, not knowing how to handle all this.
History tumbles you.
And what little we can learn about Ellison as a slave owner isn't pretty.
That book right there, The Black Masters, okay, by Michael Fosing. That's one book. Here, hold on.
Black Masters chronicles Ellison's life in the antebellum South and suggests that his slaves were the worst fed and clothed of any in Stateburg. It also suggests that Ellison was a slave breeder, selling off infant girls, a practice even some white owners found cruel. Whatever the case, Ellison certainly had a good relationship with other white aristocracy. This contract shows that Ellison didn't just buy a home in wealthy Stateburg, he bought it directly from former Governor Stephen Miller, a governor and former slave trading property.
See?
He was the wealthiest black man in South Carolina, the fourth wealthiest in the South, wealthier than more than 90% of whites. Just a few hundred yards from the Ellison home is the Ellison.
Here's the point, fam. Watch this. And this is what I'm going to tackle in the next coming months, okay?
Graveyard, private, neither mixed with other white nor black tombstones, symbolic of his unusual position in the pre-war South, a position so few of us even knew existed.
Whatever happened during Reconstruction, and then up through the Jim Crow era, anything and everything that had to deal with the relationships between the blacks and the whites just went underground. Whatever happened during Reconstruction, whatever happened during Reconstruction, and then whatever happened during Reconstruction, and then up through the Jim Crow era, anything and everything that had to deal with the relationships between the blacks and the whites just went underground. Just went underground. Just went underground.
See that? The Reconstruction and the relationship of black and white folks disappeared. Why? So in the next coming months, I'm going to be tackling that topic, family. Because the next coming days, I'm going to be out of service. I'm moving officially. Tomorrow we close, done, and I'm packing, and Lord willing, I'll have enough space by maybe next week, Monday or Tuesday, or next week, next class. Anyways, but that's going to be my point, because this book here, it's called Black Slavers, Free Black Slave Masters in South Carolina. No More Black Massa. If you read this book, this is written in 1985. If you read this book, it actually shows you like how prior to the emancipation, antebellum, and then post-Civil War, blacks were losing power. And it shows how a lot of these black folks with power were no longer going to be in power. And they were going to be just like the other slaves. This is actually important because when you look at the scriptures about Tyree and the curse that's going to come upon them, that they would be, kings at one point, but then the Most High is going to punish them and never make them ever glorious again. This is right here. Okay. So now I'm going to show you this real quick, and then I'm going to end it with my, just to show you guys something, because apparently people think it's important. So listen to this real quick. All right, let's go.
Louis Gates Jr. I'm here to set the record straight. Myth number one, black people's ancestors could only be traced back to Africa. Nearly every African American who descends from enslaved ancestors is actually part white. The average African American is an estimated 24% European. Almost no African American who descends from enslaved ancestors or who has deep roots in America is 100% sub-Saharan African. Even in my case, I was shocked to learn that I am not only half white, but I'm also descendant on my mother's line from a white female ancestor. Myth number two, all black people have Native American ancestry. It's the biggest myth in American genealogy. Maybe you believe that your great-grandmother's proverbial high cheekbones and straight black hair came from her Cherokee origins. That's not likely. The truth is, most of us are actually less than 1% Native American. Those features of your great-grandmothers likely came from another source, the white ancestors that surfaced on our family trees during slavery. But if you're still curious to find out what, if any, percentage of your ancestors were Native American, or how African or how European you really are, a DNA test is your best bet.
So a DNA test, huh? Okay. This is for you haters. I don't show this often, but apparently it's becoming more important now. Here goes mine. So apparently my DNA shows that 92% mixed American, meaning of the Americas. The majority of my bloodline is Peruvian. Ecuador, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Quechua, Aymar, right? That's why that book I was showing y'all, Quechua and Aymar tribe, right? That's why for me it was important to find out that even the Valletta guy was putting us like in the Chaldean as a Chaldeans bloodline of Abraham. Anyways, so mixed 92%, Peruvian 77.4%, Mexican 14.10%. Okay. But it says here that if you look at the recent analysis, it says I'm 64% Mexican, 91% of the Americas, 6% of Europe, supposedly mixed between Scandinavian and English. Not enough to even matter, but 90-something percent Mexican, Peruvian. So what it says is like if you go to timeline, the most recent shows Mexican, but if you go to like advanced analysis, it actually shows. Sorry, advanced timeline. It shows that's my legal name there. It shows Peruvian, and then it just goes all the way back for 240 AD, Peruvian, and then it just shows. You start seeing Mexican, Peruvian, somehow somewhere in there, South Ham Chinese. I don't know where that came from. Peruvian, Mexican, Peruvian, right? But the majority is of the Americas. And then if you look at the paternal haplo, it says that my father belonged to this area right here, the haplo. And people talk about this area being the Levant. This is the Ur of the Chaldees, or if you guys know, the Euphrates rivers right here. Ur of the Chaldees. Remember, Abraham came from here, traveled up to Haran, then came to Canaan, then the 12 tribes. This was Assyria at one point, and then, Persian Gulf. So the Levant kind of comes like to this area here. As you can see, I come from somewhere in this region. So, anyways, that's my DNA. So if you Aboriginals really are about it, well, apparently it says just do it. And my understanding is that you guys don't like doing that. At least that's from what I hear. That's from what I see. You go by books and material, then you don't believe the white man, but then you don't believe the white man DNA, but then you believe the white man book. Make it make sense. It's all foolishness. But anyways, that's all I got for you, man. Lord willing, man. You guys are do well this week. Apparently, but again, I said I'm not gonna be around for another couple days, fam. I'm gonna be moving. So I'll praise to the Most High that it actually worked out. I thought it was gonna be difficult. It was hard, but we're here finally at the end. So again, I love you, family, man. Hope you all are well. And let's see who's here. The hell was that? We got Shalom Salome, Shalom Julio, Shalom Garcia. Anybody that watches later, all praises to the Most High. And then, hey, I know I don't like saying hit the like, but hit the like so then this could pass out like the actual feed, okay? And get the views to go, man. So then brothers and sisters can start seeing this channel. You know what I mean? A lot of information I'm bringing out. Hopefully, it's beneficial to everybody. All right. So anyhow, fam, let me go ahead and end it with the video, and then we'll be set to go. Give me a second here. Where are you at? Which one? Hold on a second, family. There's one that I like. I wanted to show y'all this one. Actually, nah. You know what? I'm just gonna finish the video because I gotta get some rest. All right, fam. So you guys, shalom. Take care of yourselves, man, and sleep well again. Oh, my bad. I don't know what that was about. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Give me a second. All right, family. Y'all stay strong. Okay. Shalom.